All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the daytime stream for Monday. Starting a little bit late. I had a lot of work to do. I'm kind of behind on my work. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty much just behind. There's no question about it. We are? Guess giving up Saturday is pretty expensive. All right, let's see. It's Monday. Nothing new has arrived. Like, no new products have arrived. I think today's just a good day to service your orders and take a quick look at some of the better slabs we have. Let's see. The Monday daytime stream. What should the title be for Monday? Let's see. Choosing a new break. Pricing odd slabs. Live card shop. There we go. Haven't watched in a while. How you been? What's up, man? How's it going? We're all right. There we go. We stream in vertical now. What do you think of that? So that's a pretty big change, actually. We started streaming in vertical when we noticed the subscribers are much higher in vertical. We're going live for Monday day. There it goes. Make the title order cards unless you're gay. We are. I don't think that would work, Mr. Them. Here it is. All right, so we're going to hit refresh. Good. Now, let's jump over here. Bring back my full screen. Gay people can't order cards. That's what I'm saying. There's probably a lot of gay people who order Pokemon cards, so I don't think that would work the way you think it might. Here's Giovanni's Now King. He's cool. Dark Espion. You know, I feel like it's been a long time since we've introduced something new to the channel. I want to do something new. You guys got any fun ideas? We are. I'd love if the audience gave me an idea. You know, I always have to come up with these ideas on my own. All right, Magneton. How do I deliver more value to you guys? What do you guys want to see more of? What's a new kind of break? What's a new kind of anything? We are. All right. Mifto. Hey, what's up, Hawaiian Rifleman? How's it going, man? Support Louis. Order card, do you support Louis? Espeon and Pichu prices? So cheap, so affordable. So this is an example of some slabs we could price up for breaks. Those are break cards. I saved them specifically for breaks. All right. It's been a really crazy year for Pokemon cards. You basically, the more cards you sold, the more punished you got. The more you held on to, the better you did. So it's been a really great year for Pokemon. Not for other card sets, but that's okay. I mean, if you pay attention, everything works in like cycles of markets. We are. Break on a premium collection, says Team Rocket Grunt. I do feel that the premium collection sounds fun, but it's kind of too small to host a break on it. It is pretty small to host a break on a premium collection. It is. Oh, crap. On my alt YouTube. My alt YouTube. Hey, what's up, Pack Rip? Let's see. Well, half the chat can't order. I'll leave it to y'all's discretion to find out who. Bring back my full screen. It's Isaac. Let's go ahead and rotate this. Let's rotate this. Let's rotate this. Oh, look at this. Moltres. Very nice. Sell us some tag team and unbroken bonds, says Hawaiian Rifleman. Okay, we could get some older card eras out. That is possible. Let me think about that for a minute. Let's do a case break, says Patrick. We've done case breaks in the past. I think case breaks used to be cheaper, though. They're really expensive now. So if we started a case break, you're talking about a really large endeavor. You're talking about getting into something that's going to require, like, dude, I don't even know how many spots that would be. How many spots would that be for, like, a case break? There's already a case break available. Oh, yeah, she's right, actually. There's something like a case break. And that would be this 151 surprise case break. I just received my second case of 151 surprise. I own 2 cases of it. Not very much. And we're going to keep one sealed, and this one's going to get opened. So I'd love to see people jump in here. You do have to buy in at $200. Here's the Mega Sublist. Let's see. Ancient Origins box break is interesting. Let's take a look on the Ancient Origins booster box. Let's see how that thing's going. Is it still going up in price, or has it cooled off a bit? Ancient Origins. All right, let's check over here. Boop. And we're on ended recently. This thing kind of exploded in price to unbelievable levels. So going for about 8K, huh? Wait a second. Let me click out of here. Let's just do an update on this bad boy. Okay, so yeah, about 8K. Okay, oops, okay. All right, I think we're actually going to lower the price on Ancient Origins. It seems the price has lowered slightly. Here. It was pretty bad the other day, but this is that's pretty normal for that to do that. Okay, so it will now be 325. Sometimes like a new price record gets hit and then a product will slow down right afterwards. Let's head over to the menu. Ooh, we could work on the menu today. That's not a bad idea. You know, I don't work on the menu very often at all. I never get a chance to. You know, the time period that I actually work on the menu typically tends to be when we start to notice that there's an item selling out a little too fast, and then you discover it's like, you know, 30% cheaper than even the market price. So Ancient Origins 325 now as a result of the box getting a little cheaper in the last month or so. September donations, pre-sales. I think I can throw this away. Yes, work on me, you. How do we see the sale list now? Says Imposter Gary Oak. Oh yeah, so you have to click on the dots in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That's right. So the 151 surprise case break. We got the mega sub list. Set that there. I'd like to have another break card up on the table. I think we might cancel this Topps Moltres even. I don't know. We got these breaks that only have one spot in them, which is too bad. Let's see who that was. Oh, I don't even see it. Was there really a spot in there? Weird. Am I going crazy? Seems like there's not a bag. I wonder if a person had a spot in there and then they pulled it back out and I didn't remove the number. I don't even see it. Let me, I'm going to cancel that one. I'm going to write a card down, leaving a note for potential store credit. Potential store credit. Be nice if we had actual receipts and stuff. Okay, cool. I'm gonna set this here. Nice. I actually did just receive some restocks of 3 major items. Blooming Waters. I got a lot of that now. Blooming Waters, Sea and Sky, and the, what's the last one? The new Prismatic Premium Collection with the stamped Tyranitar in it. That's pretty cool, huh? All right, so this shall come back to me. No problem. Hey, what's up, Mr. Mark? I think that this was a short break with only 7 spots, and looked like only one person had jumped in. And so I think it's safe enough to say nobody wanted Moltres Topps, which is kind of too bad because I feel like he's a nice card anyways. I mean, I really do. I've got a second one, and I didn't want to sell that one. But sometimes it really comes down to who you have in your audience, too. You know, like if we had a Topps collector or if we had a Moltres collector, either of those probably would have moved that card. Let's see. This one, too. This one's really surprising to me. So this one had Mr. NHCC in it. And we're going to go ahead and peel him out of there. I'll inform him he has $40 right now. Give me a moment here. So I should be able to contact him here. Okay, so now he knows. 151 hitting its 2-year mark in exactly 1 week. Gone by so quick. Wow. That's crazy, man. Time flies. So this card was meant to be sold for $240. Okay. And that's the market price. That's not a premium on the card. That's the actual market price on it. Aerodactyl will now just turn into a live custom. All right. We got this from Mr. Brett Love, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's that. You should just regrade it. No, probably not. We're just going to sell it as is. You can regrade it, though. It has never been regraded. Aerodactyl, number 1. This is pretty close to a hit in the live customs. I'd say if it was 260 or more, we give it the little markings for a celebration that you pulled it. Ow. All right, so he'll show up in the live custom box one day. Somebody will pull him for 20 bucks, hopefully. What is this music, man? We got like some jazz music playing. Skip. Something called Gradient is next. We'll see how that goes. All right. It's a 9. It is a 9. How's it going, everybody? How you feel about today? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the work week. Ugh, Monday. There we go. That episode where I came back from Dallas, the live stream where I came back from Dallas, I lost a subscriber on that stream. Somebody in Dallas did not like that I did not like Dallas, for sure. That has to be it, right? We are. Hey, you know, talk about my city that way. Let's grab this. I thought that was a little bit funny. There we go. All right, Aerodactyl. All right. So Aerodactyl is no longer a break. We don't have to show it off. Jazz music was nice. Play some blues music. I kind of like, sort of like retro sounding music. I like retro. I like video game sounding music. These are staying up. These will not be coming down. People are deep into these breaks, especially this one's real deep. It says 2 out of 8. That's a lot of money, actually. And the cloud is 5 out of 20. And there's a guy who just bought a spot in this cloud. These are some of the best Final Fantasy cards you can collect right here. This is one of the best cards. If you're a Final Fantasy collector, it's this one. He's from the original Opus 1 collection, and he's the chase card. That's the Cloud Chase card. So this is the best card from that set. So it's a very cool card to hold. If you happen to pull it, you can sell it on eBay if you don't want it. The pack split is going to continue to go forward. This is the From the Darkness, Challenge from the Darkness. That was the name of it. We call it Gym Challenge in English, but in Japanese it was called Challenge from the Darkness. And it's the gym leaders who are kind of mean. Blaine, Sabrina, Koga. Here's obviously Giovanni, and some really important cards in this set, like the art, the band art for Gengar. Is it really banned? Is that the right word? It's more like, maybe, I think band's the right word. Yeah, band. And then it's got the Blaine's Charizard in it. 2 extremely high-profile cards for any collection. That Charizard now sells for almost $3,000. Really remarkable how it has changed over time. So that's Gengar, Master Ball Gengar. He's sort of like a second rare candy card up on the table at the same time. So unfortunately, I probably shouldn't have added him. But we got Espeon and Gengar. These are 2 rare candy cards, and neither of them are moving super fast, but they are moving. Here's the NHCC giveaway for today, guys. However, it doesn't activate until we hit 100 likes. If you don't hit 100 likes, I can't give it away. He's so nice. Here is the Poker Bowser card, up to 3 out of 8. And on the back, we have Mario. So there's 3 people in here that are interested in this. It's a curious thing, isn't it? You know, I'm into poker cards, and this is a bit more niche. It's Mario, but damn does it look good. It looks so good. And it's from 2015. This is definitely out of print. So this is 10 years old. It's quite old. And 10 years ago, I was 26 years old. This came out a while ago. So these aren't brand new cards. They're not quite vintage either. They're like middle era. But, you know, in terms of Pokemon terms. Jolteon, 8 out of 19. He could actually finish pretty soon. So Jolteon's a strong contender as well. So we've got all these different breaks, and I think it's kind of spreading everybody's money all over the place instead of focusing down into one break. But you should pick one that you like and hop in there if you want a shot at a whole slab. Okay, Trump said no more financial reporting on a quarterly basis for companies, only once every 6 months. Why would he do that? What's the difference? Maybe he's trying to hide the next quarter? I'm trying to think, why would that be a good thing? I mean, you could argue, why not report the data every 8 times a year, halfway through every quarter? We don't do that. We do quarterly. No, I don't agree with them. Quarterly makes more sense because it fits the seasons. Quarterly makes a lot of sense, actually. Summer, fall, winter, spring. That's a bizarre one. I don't understand what his reasoning behind that is. But it forces you to take a bigger commitment, a bigger risk on something, to not know how it's going for that 3 months or something like that. It's very interesting. Have to have more time to hide my tax books. We are something, I don't know. Is there a jumbo pack break? There is not. You can order a spot in a jumbo pack break ahead of time, but there is currently not one. But we can put one together as soon as we have maybe like a moment where we've got nothing to do. All right, let's see real fast. We have Mr. Mark jumping in for a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. Some claim it's an attempt to get companies to stop focusing on quarterly stock fluctuations for their business standpoint, which trickles down to their employment numbers and profit margins. I see. So since companies don't have to report things for a little while, if things are going bad, they have more time to sort of like adjust and improve before speculators in the market come in and damage your capital. Here it is. That's an interesting thought. I wonder if there are businesses that requested that, to not have to report. Yeah, I would probably say nobody cares about reporting a quarterly financial statement when your company is doing very well. Like if you come in and you say, yeah, the company is doing great, nobody cares. People go, woohoo, and then people buy more stock. But actually, if your company's having a bad quarter and then, to struggle, and your company's on the brink financially anyways, like it's kind of, you're in murky water financially anyways, and then it comes to light that you're not doing so well, you get punished further for the knowledge that your company's not doing so well. So maybe companies have requested to kind of keep it in the dark that they're having a struggle, and like the investors don't need to know this for an extra quarter, because maybe their idea is we'll be able to sell out of our own stock. That's no good. Or maybe a little more like give us an extra quarter to make it up, because we will correct our course or something like that. That might make sense. It sucks for investing. Yeah, I suppose I'd have to agree with that. It makes investing riskier. But I guess investing always was risky. You know what I'm saying? What's the idea? If you're investing and you can see instantly that sales aren't doing good, you'll just jump out of one company and into another company, and it's kind of interesting because it forces you to take a larger gamble and a larger risk in order to make your profit. Yeah, it's interesting. Hey, mistress, there's time to order. We just started. That's right. All right. So I don't know if I care all that much. Like, I don't know if it will affect me that much. In the way that I invest, I'm in it for the long run. So I don't really care about quarter to quarter. Like, it's interesting. Google quarter is down. Like, I don't care. I'm still going to buy Google. It doesn't make any difference to me. Google, they didn't make as many sales. I don't care. I'm just going to buy S&P 500 and call it a day. But maybe for like day traders or like people who invest as a career, this is really big news for them, right? Yeah, actually, when you think about it, it does probably slow down stock speculation. Reduces speculation. All right, let me see. Trump quarterly earnings. Trump says the U.S. should do away with quarterly earnings reports. This will save money by allowing managers to focus on properly running their companies. That is very interesting. Yeah. Think about it. If you're in charge of a company and you have to come up with reports, you have to maybe front load your sales or front load some stuff to make it look good for a certain quarter. and then you can go back to doing business. But if you don't have to worry about that for like another 3 or 4 months, then you can go, all right, just keep working on our actual plan. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting idea. There's definitely a trade-off. Ivan Rodriguez, TCC, Horsey Slab. You got it, man. Mr. Ivan. Can't see Mew price. What? The Mew price. This one? The $60 one? Okay, Ivan. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Where's the new Japanese set? I'm trying to chase a Zard. Now, I already ordered that. Let me jump into my Instagram and see what he has to say about shipping it. You're saying, is it supposed to be out right now? Sometimes I order something and then I don't think about it. OP13 is sold out. The 26th? Oh, so there's still plenty of time. Okay. I wonder if I should buy more of it or wait till like the day after it starts selling to buy more of it. Because it's already so overpriced. It's kind of ridiculous. Oops. Well, hold on. We don't want this. Gotta delete these junk emails. I almost deleted a real email. Don't want to do that. Now, here we have Mr. Zach, our friend Mr. Zachary Stecks, 8 of the Full Metal Alchemist. Ooh, this is a great set. I'm glad you're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 here. We got a promo card for you. And we have to go get a fresh box of this now. Mister, look at Discord how I did my vertical. I think I've seen you. I think I've ran into you on TikTok. And you have like a shelf. And it's like 3 layers of slabs on the shelf. It's pretty cool. I'm not ready to do something like that quite yet. But I might do it someday. All right, here we are. I won't care. I need the Zard. The set is going to be so overpriced. Mister, look at Discord. I was on a delay. So let me see this real fast. Okay. Pretty late. I wonder if Alexa's going to make it in. Was 88 for the box. If so, I ordered one also. What? Here we are. Ta-da! Ready? Okay. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da-da-da-da. All right. So nice. Now I'll start snipping. Snip. Snipping this. Any news today? Any interesting news? Snip. I know they're still talking about that shooter. I don't think I saw anything else really major going on. I heard some data that Poland in the Europe is doing extremely well economically. Europe's one of the hottest countries in Europe right now. There we go. In terms of GDP growth. We are. Ooh, envy. Ho-ho, envy's bad. You're not supposed to be envious. Russia declared war on NATO. Did it actually? Ivan wants the Meowth price. Meowth is $60. Tag 9. All right, let's see. Like, did it openly argue for war? Here it is. Here's Parad. I don't think Russia wants to mess with NATO. I think that Russia has not done super well against Ukraine, and NATO has not really put in a full effort. Lust. Ooh. Europe is one of the hottest countries in Europe, Mister said. Did I say Europe's one of the hottest countries? I meant to say Poland is one of the hottest countries in Europe. My bad. It's always hard to multitask, so I apologize if I say something goofy. Here's Maze Hughes. Ooh, wow, nice, man. Poor Possum Bud can't never get no Pokemon Center boxes. They think he is a bot. Russia has the drones. Europe ain't ready. We are. I mean, it's too many countries to fight off together. It wouldn't make any sense for him to actually go after. Whoa, look at that. Edward Elric. The biggest thing he's got are those nukes. And that's no good for anybody. You know, that's about it. So if he uses a nuke, man, I don't know what to say. I feel very bad for the Russian people, many of which don't want the war either. They're just normal people like me and you. And although some probably do want the war, but they want the smoke. But many of them probably do not. They're probably ready for it to end. I think about it. You know, we were stuck in the Middle East, the United States, for a very long time. And that wasn't popular here, especially after a while when it seemed like we were just wasting our time and money. So there's got to be feelings like that over there. And all the people dead, too. I mean, so many people have died from it. We are. So it can't be popular. There's no way. Especially young people. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They don't want to get involved in that. We are. People who have lost brothers, fathers, sons. Yes. Grandchildren, grandparents, maybe. All right. Kimberly, Riza, Land Fan. Ooh, Maze Hughes, Lust and Envy. Nice. That's for Mr. Zachary Stekskowski. Mr. Zach, let's go find your bag. Okay. Coming soon. Thank to you, Mr. Nice. You meant India. What? What are you talking about? Order in. Good luck all. Russia has the drones. Europe ain't ready. I saw that Brett has placed a large order, everybody. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today. Looks like. Here's a new break on the table. This is a gem break for this beautiful Tag 10 Scyther. How nice. We got this Toad Ace of Hearts. We've got this Tyranitar. We've got a Geo-Rock. Let's see. What do I have in my box over here? I got a thing in my box. That doesn't sound right. Now, I got this Nidoking, but it says Mega on it. So I don't think I'm allowed to sell this. This is the next break after the Gengar. So we got to save this. All right. Sorry, Nidoking. Lickitung, Dragon Frontiers, Manectric. Now, I bought this from Anthony Kalura, and it's a potential break. But that would be a really small break. It's like, it shouldn't even be a break. It should just go into the live customs, shouldn't it? Let's see. We got Ivan Chiquilo, 2 Prismatic Evos. Oh, right. So, Prismatic. So much cheaper now. Let's see. So much cheaper. I got 1 Prismatic. I need to go get more Prismatic. I'll be back. Here we are. Whew. There we go. We got 50 watchers. What's up, guys? Welcome. How you feeling, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. All right. So, let's start cracking these open. Get some loose packs ready to go. Actually, we'll just put these down here. fresh case of Prismatic, by the way. I opened up a fresh case. Is Destined Rivals going to drop in price? I think it could. I think it's possible, sure. Definitely. If they just do like a major reprint on it. We are. All right, Prismatic. Oh, Mr. Get some Black Bolt Japanese in. We are. That is one I have not restocked because every time I look it up, it's super expensive. However, I encourage you to take a look at Black Bolt English. We have a ton of it. I bought $6,000 worth of it. Oh, yeah. Picking up Pikachu. That's good, man. Golden Pikachu coming out for our friend Ivan. How's it going, Ivan? All right. And Applin Noivern. All right. Good. But it's English. You won't hit 10 as easily. I think you're right. It doesn't hit 10 as often. However, when it does hit 10, it sells for quite a lot more than a Japanese card. So it's a trade-off. You can think of it as higher risk, higher reward. But it's all in balance, so it's proper. Here we are. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Very good. Very nice. That was Ivan Chiquilo. We also have Mark, who wants 5 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Then I think we have the Brett order right after this. You think UPCs are good to hold long term? It's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not good if you live in a small home because those things take up space, man. Yeah, UPCs take up lots of space. Okay. And one more sneak. Oh, yeah. There he goes. I just want the Toad. I may buy him at this point, to be honest. The Toad is sick. Metal Dragon. Ooh, he's metal. It's Pizza the Hut. Dark Fire Dragon. Polymerization. We've got Gravedigger Ghoul and Man-Eater Bug. There we go. And Stop Defense. Hey, what's up, number 568? How's it going, man? Here we are. Gravedigger Ghoul. Polymerization. Oops. Dark Fire Dragon. And Metal Dragon. Ooh. Beautiful. All right. So, Mark, let's go find your bag. Very nice. That's a big order, man. That was $42, everybody. What is this music? So we have a really big order. Brett Love. He wants a 151 UPC. And then he wants 2 live customs. Then he wants a Top Sonic. Nice. All right. So step number 1 for the 151 UPC. I'm probably going to order a replacement on that. Let's see. Wow. It's time for it to go up in price again. That's crazy. That's nuts, man. Is this even right? Hold on, let me go back over here. Let me turn this music down a bit. Woo, that was loud. That music was blasting my eardrum. Wow. English 151 UPC has clearly gone up higher in price. I actually have to spend more money replacing it than he paid to open one. That shows you how severe it is. So he bought it from me for $640, and now I will spend $700 replacing it. So that's, man, that just sucks. Well, it doesn't suck actually, you know, because obviously I didn't buy the one that I sold for $640. I didn't spend $640 on it. But wow, it just shows that you have to price these assuming they're moving in that direction. So we're changing the price of the 151 UPC, and don't have your jaws drop open, but it's going to change to $950 now for one. And wow, that should definitely slow down the sale of those. That's nuts, man. All right, so let's go grab it and get it open. I told you to update your listings at the beginning of the stream. I might have missed you saying that. Actually, here, let me go to Top Chat, but I might have missed it. But yeah, you probably just went in and checked and noticed that there was a bit of a price difference between them. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you find a deal on my menu because the prices have changed, I wouldn't feel too bad about, you know, so like if there's $700 on eBay and you get it from $640, don't feel bad about that at all. But that's incredible. Isn't that incredible, guys? That's really kind of crazy. And we'll see how long 950 lasts. Because back when I priced it for $640, that was a high price. I mean, that was a high price. That's crazy. I don't know what to think about with that. That's nuts, man. It almost feels like, you know, it's too fast. Okay. So this has definitely slowed down. It's got to slow down. We're going to pick up 2 of these for the future. That's nuts. Even at 950, I think that's kind of a slim margin. Let's see. Yeah, so, okay, we're good. Your YouTube menu. Let me go ahead and hit play on this music again and go get that item for you. That's great. I have a whole bunch of those, if you didn't know that. I have a couple cases of those premium collections. So I'm not in a bad position. They're all worth, what, like $700 now? That's crazy. I bought all of my 151 UPC seal collections for about $100 a piece a long time ago. They were about $100, $110 a piece on eBay back then. But I bought them a long time ago from a wholesaler who was working with me at the time. But I think he went out of business or quit. But I bought them for about $100 a piece. And I bought a whole bunch of them because I said, I better hold on to a bunch of these. I liked the Metal Mew. So I thought the Metal Mew was really cool. That was what sold it to me. The Metal Mew was awesome. And I thought that's pretty unique that you can only get it out of the Ultra Premium collection. So let's buy a couple of these. And that's what I did. I bought a couple cases worth. Almost about a half pallet of them, which doesn't sound like a lot. But, you know. Okay, hold on. It looks like the metal card's kind of tipped out of there already. Here it is. Guess he can break loose a little bit. There we go. So anyways, those didn't sell through because they were so cheap everywhere. Because there was so much of this product at one point. And then one day I turn around and they're like $300 a box. It's like $300. Went from 100 to 300. Now they're breaking $700 a box. From 100 to 700. Like, what the fuck? What the heliante? Oh my god, dude, that's too much. It's like breaking the money barrier or something. I don't know what to think. Crazy. I remember when I was laughing at Zard UPCs for a hot minute. Now they went up. Yeah, Zard. Well, they were always going to go up because they had separated the best part of Crown Zenith into a UPC. So when that came out, I bought a little handful of those too. I didn't buy as many as perhaps I should have, but that was okay too because they didn't really jump in price until just very recently. So that wasn't a bad move waiting so long, but it was obvious deep in the future that they were going to be valuable because a set with 3 Charizards in it, of course, it's going to do well over time. Okay, you ready? I was just mad that they ruined the Crown Zenith booster packs, which don't sell as well. They're not going to go up as fast as a result of having the Charizards removed from them. But I always liked that the Charizard UPC had an exclusive artwork, the Godzilla Charizard in it. Charzilla, he's referred to. And you remember me recently buying a couple of those and breaking them with you guys, stating that I believed he was underpriced. Remember that? And so I think I kept 1 or 2 of those after we ran those breaks, because that's always my goal. If I like a card and I think it's going up, I keep 1 or 2 of them. And he did. He's like triple the price now since that time period. And my move to grab some Charzillas was the correct move. But you could do that. You could almost... You could... It's like going fishing in a barrel of Magikarps right now. Well, it was a couple months ago. You could almost pick anything and say, this is going to go up. So it's not that brilliant. In a super hot market, you seem so smart when you say, this is going up, this is going up. But yeah, I thought he was definitely not a failure of a Pokemon. You ready? Okay, so you got your promos, and now we're opening up the 151 UPC at a ridiculously high price. Here we go. Daisy's Help, ditto. I got 3 Charzillas at around 160. I copied you on that move, but sold too early. I'm still holding them because I sold a couple of them, but that's kind of how it goes. The way it goes, I buy, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 of them, and I sell like 3, maybe 4 of them profitably, and that pays for the last one, and then I just don't touch that last one. I just leave it alone and see what happens with it. There we are. Oops. All right. Doug Trio, but the sale of the first couple of Charizards kind of pays off for the other one. There we are. All right, that's Doug Trio. Here's RK9. Here's Pidgeot. I got 3 Charzillas. I'm too far from that earthquake. I did my first purchase. I bought that Toad card. Oh, you got the impressive Golden Mew. So now you've got the metal one and the physical cardboard one. There we go. I shouldn't have said physical. It didn't add anything to the description of the card. Check that out. That's cool as hell, right, guys? Pretty neat. Wow, it's so much shinier than the metal one. Really fascinating. Okay, not bad, not bad. Pidgeot. I like to say Pidgeot. I don't know why. When you say the Pokemon's name over and over and over again, it starts to become kind of fun to mess around with the Pokemon's name. Here's Arbok. Okay. Here's Slowpoke. It's Slowpoke. Here's Kakuna, Poliwag, Nidoking. Here's Marowak, Victory Bell, Vileplume. Here's Dragonair, Ghastly, Starmie. Lapras, Paris, Kabutops. Here's Vulpix, Drowsy, Dragonite, Fire Energy. And, man, no ARs in that round. I will say that. There were no ARs in that round. What is this music, dude? Skipping this. Okay. Lots of hollows, 1 Golden Mew popping out. Lots of hollows, 1 Golden Mew. There we go. Actually, it was pretty cold overall. But look, the Golden Mew is solid. Plus, he looks well-centered. So sometimes it just takes 1 good card. Then you got your beautiful promos. That's what's so good about the 151 UPC Seal Collection, is you get the promos no matter what. Ouch. That box was not it. True. I mean, but I've seen worse boxes. I'm pretty sure I've seen worse boxes. Like, you can open up boxes and get, like, Tangela AR and Nidoking and a bunch of other things and not pull this beautiful Mew. So, yeah, he's missing a lot of, like, mid-tier pulls, perhaps. But he actually pulled a hit. The Golden Mew is not a bad card. All right, but, and also we've seen hotter boxes than that, obviously. We've seen boxes that are way hotter than that. So let's get the 2 live customs now. 2 live custies. We got a 1. And we've got a 2. 2 cold live customs. I'm sorry, man. Oof. And now we've got 1 Topps Sonic. Ooh, now where am I hiding that Sonic pack? Here it is. Sonic. Ow. Sonic is nice. Ooh. I just bought Celebrations UPC for $600. Would you guys like the Celebrations UPC to be on the menu too? I mean, maybe it should be on the menu. Gold Mew is 15 bucks on TCG. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything though, Cyberstan. I hate it when people do that. I hate it when someone pulls out a raw card and then someone looks it up on TCG Player and acts like they're equivalent. They're so not equivalent. Because his Mew just came out of a fresh booster pack. The one on TCG Player, 1000% has already been looked over very carefully by whoever pulled it, and they decided it's not going to grade 10. So there's no comparison. Because when you pull packs, when you pull cards fresh out of packs, they have a real shot at a 10. And when you're buying from TCG Player, I guarantee you it's going to be like every 100 golden Mews, maybe one of them's a 10. Because somebody's already scoured over them. So it's absolutely not a comparison. Just not a comparison. Here we are. There's not a bunch of PSA 10 Gem Mint Mews just waiting in line to be purchased for 15 bucks off a TCG Player. No way. It is. Ta-da! But people always want to make that comparison, the raw card and the card freshly pulled from a pack. I'd rather prefer mine in a binder. Well, and that's a way to collect if you like to collect that way. There's nothing wrong with collecting cards and putting them in a binder. But when you're freshly pulling cards out of booster packs, they have really serious potential to earn hundreds of dollars. So, you know, maybe you have a binder full of cards that have been untested. That, to me, would suggest your cards are worth a lot more than the TCG Player price. And so if you go to a card shop to liquidate your binder and you just sell it to them raw without grading it first, you're going to miss out on a lot of money. So I wouldn't recommend that, but you can certainly collect that way. Let's see, Mew 151. What's the name on this Mew? Let's see, the number on the Mew is 205. He's a secret rare in the set. Okay, so let's type in Mew 151, 205. And then we just want the cheapest one, right? Let's see, filter by now. Okay, that's the metal guy. Wait, did it actually sort it? No, it's still sorted by. Okay, here we go. So it looks like that Mew that we were talking about sells for about $190 in a 10. So from $15 raw to $190 as a 10, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. And when you pull cards fresh out of booster packs, you have a chance for it to grade 10. Not a good chance, but you have a chance. When you buy it off a TCG Player, well, you think everyone's just turning their raw cards in without checking them first to see if they look mint. You know what I'm saying? You think these card shops, they still don't know how to grade cards? They all know how to grade cards. So you're guaranteed, not guaranteed, but mostly buying cards that are failed at the PSA 10 level, and so they're being sold raw instead, and you just can't compare them. It's not a fair comparison. Let's see if this one has a shot. Might have a small shot. It's not perfect, but like, for example, let's take a look up in this corner here. That seems like a little white dot on the left side. And down here, it's pretty close. Believe it or not, that's pretty close. So he could send this into like tag grading or something and see what happens. Just see what happens. I'd call this one a borderline card, but look at the centering on the front. It looks really clean. So I'd call this one kind of borderline. And if this one were to come back 10, you know, boom, you've got like a $190 card on your hand, minus fees. And that's a lot better than $15 anyways. We are. It's close. Right, she's a 9. Grading is a scam, says Lazyface. Yeah, you're certainly allowed to have that opinion. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion on it. I don't think that the market agrees with you. Like, if you ever watch, like, Top 10 Pokemon's Auction of the Week or any of that stuff, you consistently see people with deep pockets buying these PSA 10 cards at unbelievable premiums. And this actually matches what goes on in the sports world, too. So you would have to be telling all the guys with millions of dollars that they're wrong to collect graded sport cards. You'd have to tell guys who collect other niche sets, like maybe like vintage Mickey Mouse cards and stuff like that. You'd have to tell all those guys that they're wrong. You have to tell all the guys who collect graded coins that they're wrong, because that's a whole thing. Graded paper money as well. Graded documents like signatures from like presidents and stuff. You'd have to tell them they're crazy. All that just to sort of fit your perspective that might have been handed down to you by, I don't know, maybe a salty YouTuber that they don't like grading or something, so they've convinced you that it's a bad idea. But, you know, museums and stuff like that, they work pretty heavily in that area of trying to figure out if their item is authentic or not, and that's what grading companies special in, is besides handing out a grade, they specialize in trying to authenticate items so that you as a collector can buy confidently and know, hey, this is real, this one's real, and also it's in very good condition because it got a 10. So that's what it's all about. And the industry is huge. It's making a lot of money. The demand is high. The wait times are long. And when the cards hit the market, they sell for unbelievable prices when they're graded. So you're holding on to a belief that grading's bad. You're welcome to do that. No one has to agree with you, though. Like, I don't agree. And the market clearly doesn't agree. So you don't need my word. Just go look at what people will actually spend on this. Here it is, Brett Love. Okay, so we got you some lovely cards there, Mr. Brett. Really appreciate the order today, man. Let's see, Mr. Brett. Where did I last see you? Ah, we gave you another box. I'm sure fake cards are in slabs. So I've heard this argument before. For example, the latest scandal was the CGC playtest cards. They discovered some of them were fake. Not all of them, by the way, but some of them were. They believe that the original round was actually authentic. And they found out some of them were fake. And this is really kind of like a scandal that rocks the community because people go, oh my gosh, some faker managed to get CGC to encapsulate a fake card. So the first thing I take away from this, maybe be a little more skeptical when sort of like one-of-one early vintage Pokemon cards start getting encapsulated. So anyone could look at the playtest cards and be like, could somebody have just made that up? Like when you take a look at a card like this, it's pretty damn hard to fake this because it's so fancy, it's recently printed, it's much harder to fake these. But those old playtest cards that are made out of like, you know, cut out cardboard is like, yeah, those are easier to fake. Plus, since they're so old, they're harder to trace the, you know, the realness of them. So if you're buying stuff like that, you have a risk that the grading company got it wrong. But the other problem with it is the grading company was just lazy about it. They didn't do a good enough job making sure that every single one of them was authentic, and that's on them. And so they failed as a business to give you, the customer, what you want, which is authentication. Does that mean that we should give up on the idea of authentication? Oh, why encapsulate anything? Why grade anything? Why authenticate anything? Because this guy over here named CGC failed to catch the playtest cards. That must mean all cards are fake. No, that's a very bad way of thinking. All it means is that there are fakers out there trying very hard to defraud you of your money, which is illegal. And it actually calls into reality the need more than ever for authentication. Because imagine how bad it would be without any authentication. It would be much worse. In fact, it would be so bad, there would be no market for cards because you could never tell, is this a fake one or a real one? It would be so dangerous to buy vintage cards, you would never risk the money. So it's actually kind of making it a reality how badly we need authentication. It makes a better argument for more authentication and higher quality scrutiny from the actual grading companies. So CGC did bad as a business, but the principal idea of needing authentication actually goes up when you see how bad people want to defraud others with fakes. So authentication is very valuable. That's my argument. All right, so, but you guys can hold any viewpoint. I'll respect your opinions on it. I really like grading. All of my collection is a graded collection. Here's Angel Giardina. Angel, your first time order. Toad, the Ace of Hearts. Oh, yeah. All right, very nice. So now, just so you know, Mr. Angel, the way this works, this item does not ship out until you buy a round of shipping, and you do not have to buy that today. You can buy it whenever you want. So shipping is $9, and when you place an order for shipping, that's when we ship it out. It's $9. It's a flat fee. It doesn't change unless you're outside of the United States. If you're international, then yes, it does. But if you're in the United States, it's $9 no matter how much you have to ship. And you could add 20 more slabs to the shipment. You could add some booster boxes. You know, you can open up a couple booster boxes, whatever you want. And that's how it works, okay? Just making sure you understand, okay? All right. Same thing can happen while selling anything, especially selling a used car to make it run for a test drive, breaks right after. Yeah, that's true. NHWC, Mr. has credit added for you, closed out the Aerodactyl and put it in the live customs. Aerodactyl's in the live customs, and you got $40, which you can use to jump into a different break if you like. Carlos, Full Metal Alchemist, English. Did my order not go through? Oh, no, you're probably just waiting for it. It looks like Angel had to wait a little while for his order. Then we have a CS Min order. And then we have, let's see. Carlos Sura. Here it is, Carlos Sura. Full Metal Alchemist, English. All right. So let's get it. 2 ETBs of Black Bolt. Let me take care of that first. 2 ETBs of Black Bolt. Now we don't have ETBs of Black Bolt anymore. So CS Min, let me do the calculation on how many official packs we need here. We're out of ETBs. What we have is okay, so Pokemon English Black Bolt. It's $15 a pack. So we need to take your price and divide it by 15. 270 divided by 15. It might have came to me in the wrong order, the Mr. Carlos. I'm not sure. You are? So we need 15 of these. Here's 12. Did I say 15? We need 18 of these. Okay, so how does this add up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. 6. Just enough. Whew. Good luck, man. This is a big CS Man order. He's been placing some big orders. We really respect that. Okay. Still looking to pull that red Victini card out of this set, which is the top pull. Okay. Is it just bundles now? Yeah, I bought a huge number of bundles. It's the same product, but they just come in smaller units now. So you can actually buy a smaller quantity at a time and still get them out of a sealed product. Oh, here we go. I got a message from Miss Alexis. Oh, there she is. All right. She is here working on the shipping. How nice is that, everybody? Okay. We're going to be opening up a box of Full Metal Alchemist for Mr. Carl Sura very soon. Stick around, Mr. Carl. Snipping this. I like that Full Metal Alchemist product. It's cool. I actually wonder if it's underpriced because I think at the time that I bought it, it was the only case for sale. So I don't know if that's changed since then. Do I pay for shipping on PayPal as well? That's right. You pay through PayPal. Now, and what you can do, since you don't have to ship it right away, you can have me hold it here for you for a little while. It goes into a box, alphabetically ordered with your name on it. And you can add more slabs, or you can open up some packs or anything like that, and then ship them all together. And this saves you money because you're getting combined shipping. Now, if you only wanted that one slab, you might go ahead and just ship it out as soon as you want. There it is. But that's the way it works over here. It's a flat shipping fee, and it covers all ranges of shipments. So even a really big, expensive shipment, I just go ahead and ship it for $9. All right, here goes. This saves people who do combined shipping. This saves them a lot of money. Here's Duosian Excadrill. Okay, got a little Excadrill in there. Here's a Zekrom. I really like this Zekrom EX. I'm going to sleeve him. Hey, what's up, Miss Teresa? Teresa's a nice name. Did you get some Phantasmal Flames today? No, I never go on to Pokemon Center to buy that kind of stuff. I never do that. Here it is. That is for you. Here it is. Here's Cryogonal. That is for you guys to enjoy at a better price. There you are. So I hope that you guys got some. Here's Meloetta. Another behavior. I never do this other behavior. I never go to Walmart to buy product from Walmart. That's for people to get it at a normal retail price if it happens to be stocked. We are. For me, I try to negotiate a deal online or find a source online. That's what I do. We are. Okay, just started to collect. What do you suggest? Do you have a favorite Pokemon card? Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Did you collect when you were younger and now you're back as an adult? You know, you can collect based off of what you think gives you the highest return. You could collect based off of, you know, maybe there's a particular Pokemon you really want to have really bad. Oh, here we go. What do we get? Oh, yeah, Meloetta, Altart, and a Genesect. Not bad. CS-Min, not bad on this round. Picking up an Altart. Beautiful. I was actually getting a little nervous for you because you were getting kind of deep on these, and it felt like no good ARs had popped out, but now you have an alt-art, so you're doing just fine. Here's Alomomola. This is called Nothing I Can Do About It. Here's Conkeldurr. You just pulled an alt-art. You might be a little bit of a lag. I might have seen it before. Oh, Axio. I'm going to ask you a question. I got to ask you something. Okay, we've got Larvesta and last pack, Caracosta. So let's take a look at the damage. What did we pull here? This was a big CS Min pull, and he opened a lot of Pokemon Black Bolt. You know, this does say Scarlet Violet on it right there. People said Scarlet Violet era is over. It says Scarlet Violet on the pack right there. They said that Scarlet Violet era ended with Destined Rivals. But then Black and White actually says it on the pack. There we go. Does Mega Evolution, is it going to say Scarlet Violet on it? Okay. Got a little Genesect, Meloetta alt. You got an alt art. Okay. Well, Haxorus is nice. Here's Meloetta. Well, I got to sneeze, man. Cryogonal AR, which is kind of, you know, he's just cryogonal. He's like a geometric shaped Pokemon, you know, and it's like, that couldn't possibly be that valuable. He's like a snowflake. The future is now, old man. Black Bolt is the last set. Mega Evolution is a brand new era. Okay, so Mega Evolution is the brand new era. That makes a lot of sense. Probably going over the brand new game, Legends ZA. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that game performs as a product. We are? Okay. And Axio. Let me ask you a question. Ooh. So here are all your pulls. Overall, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 pulls. Axio's your AR. He's just okay. Genesect, he's not very good. Meloetta, it's a alt-art, so it's instantly valuable, but probably not in the top tier of valuable alt-arts. Still, a Meloetta fan will want that. Cryogonal as one of your ARs as well. So 2 ARs. He's just okay. Zekrom EX is beautiful. I like this card. And Excadrill. There you go. CS Man. Come on, TCC gang. Show the daytime love. Yeah, so if you guys can get to 100 likes, there's a giveaway. Whichever stream gets to 100 likes, there is a giveaway for that stream. And it's being hosted by NHCC. It's this Jolteon 10. And so it's whoever gets to 100 subscribes. Here we are. Grab this baggie here. I wonder if they'll ever bring back tag teams. Here we are. Very good. I wonder if they'll ever bring back Eiffel Towers. Okay. Carlos Sura, Full Metal Alchemist. Let's go grab that real fast. Carlos Sura, Full Metal Alchemist. Daytime stream, my favorite stream. Nothing beats the daytime stream. Oops. Ooh. You ready, Mr. Gary Oak? Nice to see you again, Mr. Gary Oak. I know you've been around for a long time. It's nice of you to pop in and say hi every once in a while. We're still going. What do you think, Mr. Gary? It's not too bad. There. Gary, I want some perspective. What do you think I could do to make this channel better? Here we are. Give me some feedback, man. Give me some honest criticism or constructive criticism. What would you think would make this channel sexier? Here we are. I know one thing I could do is just make everything super cheap. So that one's pretty easy to understand. Because then people will be like, ooh, I like that guy. He's got all the cheap ones. Here we are. Mega Brave is first. It's called Mega Inferno. Favorite anime of all time? I like this show too, actually. And I'm not a huge anime watcher, but it was a really great show. Here we are. Had a lot of fun sci-fi, fantasy ideas in it. The voice acting was amazing. Here we are. You cared about the outcome of the characters, which is hard to pull off when it comes to storytelling, you know. Everybody's out there writing stories. It's hard to really want to get involved. He's transmuting without a transmutation circle. How is this possible? Those are the Elric brothers. All right. Too cheap, and people wonder if the stock is real. Well, you won't have that problem here because we always have real product. And it typically comes out of premium sealed cases. You got any Looney Tunes cards? No, but I'm feeling a little loony. Here it goes. Let's see. What do we got? We got Envy and Roy Mustang. All right. Here's Buccaneer Alphonse Elric. Oh. Okay. You can do both TikTok and YouTube at the same time. True. Multi-stream Buccaneer. Multi-streaming. That's an interesting idea. Are you getting any Spider-Man boxes? I did pre-order some Spider-Man boxes, and so if it's been released, those should be on the way. Alphonse Elric. Okay, here's Winry Maze Hughes. Ooh. Here we have Lust. There's also multi-stream with Twitch. I think you're doing good, so it's hard to say what to do. Oh, okay, that's fair. You are. I think probably one of the things I do well is I'm pretty consistent. I don't take a lot of vacations. I don't take a lot of time off. Kind of like a no-lifer. Here's Roy Mustang. So I think I do well there. I think also sometimes our conversations are interesting. Not always, though. Sometimes maybe they scare people away. So that probably has like a trade-off. Roy Mustang and Scar. Ooh. Very nice. We've got Lust, King Bradley. It's King Bradley. Oh. Put this in here. We've got Alphonse Elric. Ha-ha. Ba-doink. Olivier Mira Armstrong. Edward Elric. Oh. Here's Riza Hawkeye. I think multi-streaming would definitely help as far as numbers go. Maybe that's something to try, the multi-stream, huh? Mei Chang. I don't know if TikTok will allow me to stream a rip and ship without opening up like a card shop where they collect like money. I don't know if that's a thing. Like I know you can probably multi-stream video games pretty easily, but I think they did a thing where it's like if you're selling a product, you have to register as a business and then you have to open up a TikTok shop with them or something like that. Here's Kimball. The lineage has been passed down through generations. Yes, the Armstrong lineage has been passed down for... We were talking about that last night, the whole idea of lineage and how people don't care about that anymore. Isn't that interesting? That used to be a thing that people cared about, and now no one cares about it. Why do you think that happened? Why do you think people stopped caring about lineage? Edward Elric, King Bradley, Roy Mustang, Buccaneer, Alphonse with the kitty cats. That's a good one. And Lust. Damn, she's hot. The fabled Armstrong family. Mister, they don't ask for business. TikTok shop is your request. There we go. Carlos Sura. I swear I had them, it was a long time ago, but TikTok did a thing where it kind of suggested, hey, we detected that you're a business, and if you don't register a certain way, we'll block your stream. So I know you guys are saying this other stuff, but I remember something like that, and then I just kind of gave up because I didn't want to register as a business. I mean, I started to actually, and I had to fill out a bunch of information, and at some point I was like, man, this is making me uncomfortable. And then it's like they were pushing you toward the TikTok shop. They're saying you have to register everything you sell in the TikTok shop, and I was like, I don't know. I just didn't want it. We are. Here's Ivan. Oh, no, we already done that. So now we've got, let's see. Click. Oh, no, Ivan Rodriguez. It's an eBay slab. I sent a picture of it in the Discord server. Okay. That actually does remind me. Somebody... Okay, I see it. Are they available? Oh, you're asking if these are available. Well, I'm confused. So which card are you wanting me to go grab? And also, somebody mentioned they bought a card from me off eBay that needs to come off of eBay that I didn't take down yet. And I would like to take that down if I could just see what it is. What card was it? Somebody bought a card from me off eBay and I didn't take it down because I'm an idiot. Scrolling. Oh my God, I'm not going to find it. There's no way I'll find it. I wish I could contact that person again. They asked me to take it down and I forgot about it. Okay, but Ivan says eBay pay. Pay for eBay. What? So you sent me $35 and said it's an eBay slab. I sent pictures in Discord. And then what I got was a picture of Gadatsu and a picture of Nocli and a picture of Tyranitar. Is it the Gadatsu? It's the Gadatsu. Is that right? It's probably the Gadatsu. Let's see. Is he listed up here? Or are you wondering if he's on the table? Is that your question? If he's on the table? I actually don't see Gadatsu over here. Missing 22 likes. Let's see. Let's grab this. I don't see Gadatsu in the eBay box. I think he's on the table somewhere. Or he's in one of these boxes over here. Oh, I see. The Starmie. Oh, okay. So let's see if Starmie's up here because I'll go cancel the Starmie. That's a good one. Oops, I typed in stare. There it is. Starmie with 4 watchers. Didn't sell. That's so funny. End listing. The item is no longer available for sale. Okay, and there it is. So let me go find Starmie. Starmie time. Ow. I've had that Starmie for a while. Looked like it was about to sell. It had a couple of watchers, huh? He's so weirdly cheap. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, wow, it's not in this box. Okay. So if the Starmie's not in this box, is it over here then? When did we list it? Having trouble finding it. Could be in this box. This is my transfer to eBay box. Oh, where is it? Uh-oh. Starmie's missing. I don't think I've seen it in a while either. Okay, give me a moment. Let me check out in the other room. I'm checking the other room for this Starmie, everybody. Well, I can't find it. I actually cannot find that Starmie. Let me think. It wouldn't be in these boxes because we just took a picture of everything. I think it might be gone. I apologize, but I think it might be sold already. We are. Ivan, I'll write you down for it. I apologize. He's not in the eBay box. Unless I have another eBay box somewhere. Yes. Sold it. I bit. Yeah, I have a suspicion it's already been sold and that I forgot to remove it from eBay. But it's weird because I don't have a memory of that. I don't have a memory of that at all. Okay. Gonna have to be more careful. Edward Cornelio. He says, English Prismatic, what do you do with all the bulk cards? Let me grab that Prismatic. Edward, what's up, man? So we generate lots of bulk, and I've done various things with it in the past. I've sold it to card shops in like bulk programs where they take your bulk. I have thrown it away. I've actually thrown bulk away. And then finally, what I'm doing currently is I just sell them directly. And the reason that works so well is because I do no sorting. There's no sorting involved. I just take it, dump it into a box, no padding. No padding. It's just a nice square box. There's no padding at all. And then just send it out. And I use a type of security tape so it can't fall apart, because we used to have that problem. And we ship it with a cheap shipping method rather than a nice expensive shipping method, which we did in the past. And so over time, that has become the desired way to eliminate bulk. We take so much of it and ship it in one box. It's very time efficient, and the lack of sorting is like critical. If I had to sort like good cards from bad cards, like Pokemon from, I don't know, Pokemon from Metazoo, if I had to do that kind of thing, it's just not worth it. It's not worth anything to me. It's not worth my time. So, you know, I once upon a time, I did have John working on bulk, and that was a waste of time too. So I had to actually pay him to do that. It was like, I'm just losing money. So that's the only way that bulk does not lose you money time-wise. You have to just pack it in a big box and just wholesale get rid of it. Now, currently, there's a guy who takes all the bulk from me, and so I have it on eBay, but the eBay price is kind of artificially high because I don't really want to sell it there. Because I got a guy who just buys it in a sort of wholesale way, and then I just pack it up as fast as possible and just get it off to him with cheap shipping. I don't know what he does with it. He actually claims he's not a card shop. He's a man with autism who enjoys having lots of bulk cards. That's it. He says he likes to sort through them. And he has been buying them for about 7 months. Before that point, we had them for cheaper on like eBay, and occasionally one or two would sell on eBay, and I would have like a stack of pre-made boxes, and those would ship out. And I would make like maybe like $5 to $10 at the end of the day after eBay fees, after shipping fees, you know, after the cost of the cardboard, which is like $1 per box. So you got the cost of the tape, which is a little bit per box. You know, eventually you have to replace your tape. And then there's, you know, the factor of your time. You will never become a millionaire selling bulk boxes. You just won't. Millionaires do not sell bulk boxes of cards that they hand produce. So it's just really, it's almost like a waste product. And we tried to efficiently eliminate it. And it makes small amounts of money. It makes like recycle money. Like this year, maybe it's possible I've made $300 on bulk. $300. That's like one Airbnb weekend. I mean, it's nothing. It's such a small amount of money. But it's weird though, because I feel bad if I just throw it away too. I go, well, this could have made a little bit of money. So it's like selling your cardboard waste or selling, you know, that's what kind of product it is. And to make money on bulk, you really do have to get rid of it as fast as possible. Because if you're in the business of sorting bulk, you must have an AI computer doing the sorting with the little suction cup. I've seen that before. I don't own one of those. But there are guys who do that, and then they sell the valuable bulk on like TCG Play or something. I don't do that. I don't have time for that, and I don't care about it. You know, one slab sale can net me $300 of profit like that. And all I had to do was sit down and know which slab is going to make me money and which one's not going to make me money, which I guess that's a really advanced skill, or it's a tricky, lucky skill. But a bulk box, you make like, even if you made $10 per bulk box, you'd have to sell 10 of those to make just $100. You could go work a shift at like Walmart and make $100, you know, 8 hours at $14 an hour is like $100. So not a real money maker. My other option is to just rent one more dumpster and just dump them away. Just throw them away. That is a fast way to eliminate them and get back to real work where you make real money. Mark J. Valerian for 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost of the Pasta. You got it, man. Oh, Ghost of the Pasta is going to be this one over here. I reached for Blue Eyes. All right. How much is that miscut card? Which one? Oh, was there a miscut? Oh, here it is. These are really cheap. $39 maybe I've underpriced it. I've got quite a bit more of these to grade, and BGS is grading them as authentic, but then it calls them altered. And that's kind of ironic, isn't it? Like, those two ideas should contradict each other, shouldn't they? But what they're saying is, yup, this is really a Weeping Bell card, and it's a real Pokemon card. But it's square cut for some reason, and they're arguing maybe a person cut it to be square like this. And most likely that's what happened. Most likely this came from a uncut sheet, and then someone probably cut it out as square. So, but that still makes it kind of rare, because in order to obtain this, somebody had to have an uncut sheet of cards first. So a square cut card is still a fun, valuable thing to have in your collection for only $39. I mean, it's hardly anything, but I think that that's underpriced. In the past, I've sold a square cut Executor for $100. $100. And that was in the past. But now I've got a bunch of those in a stack, and I'm just selling it a little faster for a lower profit. And we're probably going to sell plenty of those over time. It is, but we gauge interest a little bit too. You ready? Here goes. Can I take it? Can't I take it for 35? It's got to be 39. You know, really, it ought to be 49. And I don't mind selling it slower. You know, I haven't even bothered trying to post it on eBay. If I posted it on eBay, it would probably be posted for 49. Here it is. So 39 is already the cheap price. It's the get rid of it quickly price. You are? We've already sold one of these too. We used to have more of these, so that's one that's left to sell, but we sold a different one earlier. What about the Pokédex cards from Peru? I've heard of some interesting Indian Pokemon cards before. I don't know if I've heard of Peru Pokemon cards. Here's Jose Arredondo, one live custom, 2 energy shuffles. 2 energy shuffles. Oh my. Okay, you ready? Ba-doop. Ho-ho! 1 Mewtwo. That's for Jose Arredondo. All right, great deal, man. Let's see what you're getting out of there. Live customs have remained popular all these years later. Oh my God, dude. Look at this. XY era Mewtwo popping out there. Man, that's a hit, dude. Look at this, everybody. Wow. Oh, I know why you were proposing that, because you had this store credit. I'm so silly. I didn't understand why you were asking for 35. I thought that's a bit of an odd offer. It's because you already had $35 of store credit with me. It makes sense now. Look how clean it is on the back. Super clean. Not bad. You got that for 20 bucks? Not bad. Of course, the Live Customs was only able to hand this out to our friend Mr. Arredondo for so cheap because some other guys got unlucky and lost money in the Live Customs. So that's kind of how it works. Don't forget that. Can't all just be pulling $20, $140 value cards all day long. It doesn't work like that. Somebody's going to take a loss. Okay, you ready? But today, you got lucky. Now, here is the very, very, very popular Poke Shuffle. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Anything could happen in the Poke Shuffle because it's shuffled every single time. Anything could happen. 2 cold ones this time in the Poke Shuffle. Okay, very nice. What's next? We got an order from Click. Luke Laurie, $40 to finish my Slabaways, $40 to Slabaway the Halo sketch card, PSA 9. Oh, yeah. So let's grab this guy. We recently lowered its price a little bit to make it more appealing. Yeah, this is some authentic, rare one-of-one sketch cards. Pretty cool. Okay, so he wants the Halo sketch card, PSA 9, 1 Halo Upper Deck. Okay, we're going to get you that Halo Upper Deck. Very popular Halo Upper Decks. Sent the $3. Nice. All right, so this is sold. 10 toes down, always brother. Sell me all miscut cards. I believe I have more of them somewhere, but I don't know where. There it is. They're pretty interesting. I think that if you're trying to catch sort of like people's attention, stuff like square cut cards definitely catches people's attention a little more. Ooh. Ooh, what do we have here? Halo Infinite. The story so far, it says activated. What? This must have been like early in the game. Okay, that's your rare card in the pack, Luke Laurie. All right. You like the Star Wars stuff, and you like the Halo stuff, and now we got a really interesting Halo card on the table. Is the Halo sketch card. It's really rare. or kind of makes me want to open up more Topps Halo. And, you know, I haven't graded any Topps Halo in a while. Let me look at this real fast. Topps Halo box. Oh, you know, this is impossible because it doesn't recognize. Here we are. Let's see. It doesn't know that Halo refers to Master Chief Halo. Uh-huh. Okay. I think we have an option here. So I'm going to get for myself a sealed box of Halo. And I think I'm going to open it, actually. I think I'm going to open it and just pull some nice cards out and get them ready to grade. There we go. Because this is selling off now. We've had this for a little while. This is selling off now. Of course, we didn't do really good with this particular sketch card. If this had been a Master Chief sketch card, we'd have made hella money on it. But this is going to be a plasma rifle. Still very collectible, but not netting the same sort of like value that you'd hope for. So we didn't pull the rare one, but hopefully we do. I'm thinking of opening a box of that Halo. Here we are. What's the pack break right now? Ooh, it's such a good one, but it's so expensive. It's still Gym Challenge. Here it is. That was Luke Glory. That's the right bag, right? Luke Glory. Yes, Luke Glory. Okay, so that's correct. Let's write your name on the back of this. There we go. Just let me know, mister, how much for all square cut cards to add to my collection. Well, they're all about $39. You can check the September slab channel to see if there's any in there, because they would be in there, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not sure if there's any unpriced ones laying around nearby. But I'm pretty sure I had a couple more of them to sell. I don't know where they went. They went somewhere. All right, so let's finish out your Slabaway, Luke. We're heading over to Slabaway. There it is. There it is. Luke Laurie, PSA TIE Fighter sketch. Oh my God, that's so cool. The TIE Fighter sketch. So you finished that really quickly, just in time to grab this one. This is going to say Halo Plasma Sketch. Did you see the video Mike Side posted today? He made a video on that sketch Star Wars card. I wonder if I should sell that. I really like it. I feel like it would be stupid of me to sell it. Okay, I've assumed that you put $20 on this. I actually didn't do the math, so let me know if that's not correct. And now let's go looking for this other one. You ready? Here it is. Ah. Okay, look at this, guys. How cool is that? That's neato. That's freaking nice. All right, beautiful, man. Sketch cards are awesome. All right. Good. That's all taken care of now. Thank you so much. We have an Edward order. He wants an English 151. Will English ever go down on the 151? So it's possible, Edward. Like, for example, if there's a major market downturn for Pokemon cards, a lot of things could go down in price. It wouldn't just be 151. It would be the whole hobby going down in price. So that could bring its price down. However, if the hobby does not see that happen, if it doesn't have a crash, then no, I wouldn't predict the price on this set. Oops, Mr. Mime's trying to get away. I wouldn't predict the price on this set going down at all. What I would say is that it's probably just going to steadily go up now that it's already 2 years old. Another thing that could bring the price down is if they reprinted it. So if they did a 151 reprint, which they've already done lots of reprints on this, but if they were to just keep reprinting it, that could drive prices down as well for a little while. Here it is. All right. And it's not impossible for them to do that. They could do it. Not impossible. All right, let's take a quick look. Mister, have you seen my order to send the Meloetta into grading? Not yet. It seems I've not ran into that yet. All right, let's get a card up here real fast. We've got a card called Down into the Depths. Looks like he has a bad corner. Is that right? Oh, look at that. And sometimes PSA sends you back your card and it has a bad corner. Look at that. It's got a cracked corner, sort of. That's too bad, huh? It's just the way it is. Okay, and then we also have this one called Geodude. Okay, Geodude 9 and Lugia 8. Those need repricing. Okay. Slip this in here. And slip this in here. That's an 8, huh? Tempting to regrade cards like that sometimes, you know? See what happens. Just see if it gets lucky. Take a shot at a regrade. Do I need more stickers? Look, old stickers. Old big stickers on these, okay. I like this size better, actually. It leaves you more room. Okay. You ready? You ready for these amazing prices? Here goes. So, PSA 9 Geodude, $50. See, I said we were looking for stuff that needed repricing that hadn't been priced in a while. And then we've got this Down Into the Depths. Right? Oh, I already did this. Oops. My bad. Down Into the Depths, we're going to reprice it at $80. That's a special card. It's from a very expensive Pokemon the Movie 2000 set, and it features Lugia with Ash riding Lugia. Good card. Okay. Okay, here's CS Man says, send off the Meloetta. You got it, man. Cool. Altart Meloetta. Just finished a Panera bread sandwich. Time for a Newport. I only smoke when I drink. Dude, Panera's so just okay. You got this extra drill too, huh? That's really nice. There's Meloetta. I wonder if I could offer you like a trade for all your hollows to send off like your Excadrill to grade. Because I'd love when people have like big orders, like you remind me, CS Min, of like Jennifer Yap and LaFlame. You're going deep. You're getting some big cards in here. I love it when the hollows get removed. There it is. It makes the shipping so easy, and it, believe it or not, it actually does save me a little money because your package gets a lot lighter. So if you got a lot of hollows, try to negotiate a deal with me. I want some people with lots of hollows to negotiate a deal, since it's going to save me money anyways. If you just got a little bit of hollows, that's not going to affect me either way. There it is. Although when you guys donate hollows, I'll mention this. Very often, I'll pick through some of them and grade a few. And they might be for sale, but also they're typically what we choose to do giveaways with. So if you like giveaways, if you enjoy the giveaways, send me some hollows that might be worth grading, okay? Let me pick through them. I'll send something out. They're sort of like low commitment types of cards. Wow, we're at 65 likes. That's really good, guys. How much more of the Legend of Blue Eyes do you have? That's a great question. Let me show you. If I pull something later today, then I might do that trade, but I'll let you know. Sounds good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 of those. All right, 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes. We have Ivan Rodriguez picking up this miscut card. All right, cool, man. So that was going to be Starmie, but now it's this cool Weeping Bell. One of my favorite Pokemon. Don't ask me why. Ivan Rodriguez. All right. There you go. I sent you a Discord message when you have a minute. Yeah, let me take a quick look. Let's see. I'm open-minded to that. So he's interested in the other sketch card as well. Do we know where it went? Let's try and locate it. Do you see it in a channel right now? That is a great idea to pair those together. I don't mind that at all. That's when it comes to Slabaway, the rule is 1 slab and Slabaway. But on occasion, if you want to Slabaway 2 cards together, I'm okay with that, especially for certain cards. Oh, look at this. Woo! Okay, but I didn't see it in there, so it would probably be in here. It means it probably had a picture taken already. Find it real fast. So did I, Mr. Discord message. Okay, give me a second. Oh, there's that Gadatsu. I found Gadatsu. Let's see. Pidgeot. Let's see what, Okay, oh, that's Ryan Havens. He says, here's my stuff. Mark this unread. I have 2 slabs I'm going to send for shipping. Was letting you know, address change. Ryan Havens. Okay, I hope I don't mess that up. And then, all right. Thanks so much, mister. Let me try and find this. I'm still looking for it. So it's a Halo card with a sketch on it. Let's see. Is it in this box? It didn't already sell outright, right? It's the Pillar of Autumn card. I know what you're talking about. Okay, here's the problem. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where we put it. Do we put it down here? I know what you're talking about. I just don't know where we last stuck it. It's not here. Maybe I stuck it into one of these piles. Running out of room on the table. Maybe I put it over here. No. I wish I kept my first edition Blue Eyes when I was a kid, though. Yeah. Well, people feel that way about everything nowadays. Everything. Your biggest mistake was selling any of your anythings. Maybe it's one of these cards. Ah, I found it. Ha-ha. Ta-da! It's in a weird spot. We found it. All good. When will you return to the horizontal streams? Hey, how's it going, man? I think we should experiment with some horizontal streams to make sure that we're confident that the vertical streams are overperforming, you know, and so that we can test every now and then if horizontal streams are doing well again. Okay. So, I wish I would have kept my first girlfriend. She was a freak. Yeah, me too. Wait, what? There we go. She was a freak. Mr. Luke, this is going to be a different number. It's going to say 440. So this is going to say both Halo sketch cards, and it's going to start at 440, and it's going down to 420 now. Blaze it. All right, there you go. That's updated. So it's a double Slabaway now. That's a nice Slabaway. Cool, man. I'll write your name on this one, too, so there's no accidents. If they ever got separated. Anthony Shime says, you're killing me with the vertical. I can't see all the greatest stuff. So with the vertical mode, you're only able to see about 3 cards at a time, as opposed to the old version where you could see 5 slabs at a time. So the table was definitely larger in the past. And I totally get it. The data suggests verticals heavily outperforming horizontal. That's the big problem, is we just do so much better in vertical. It's really surprising. Well, have you guys noticed we got all these new guys who are testing out their first time order? We had a guy place a first time order in this stream. And so, you know, we haven't had a reduction in peak concurrent viewers, but we've had this dramatic increase in new viewers, and same with subscribes. I had one night where we picked up like 30 subscribes in a stream. It was nuts. And last night we picked up 9 subscribers. We had like 2.8 thousand total viewers. It's nice. It's really nice, actually. So, you know, I wish that the horizontal streams did better so that there was more of an incentive to host them, because personally, I think that the widescreen looks better on the television anyways. Morgan John says $150 Slabaway payment and 2 Pokey Shuffles. You got it, Morgan. All right, let's get it. So you've got the Cosmic Eclipse card coming down to $250, and then he wants 2 Pokey Shuffles. Let's see what we got here. What's the percentage between horizontal and vertical? Do you mean like the difference in the number of viewers, or like the difference in the number of subscribers? It's really dramatic. Horizontal streams will get like 500 viewers, and then vertical streams will get like 2,000 to 4,000 viewers. And that means there's a lot of people kind of like flicking past us, but that's not a bad thing, because what's going on is some of them flip past us and they go, wait a second, what does this guy do? And they stick around actually. So it's actually fine. Here it is. Like some people will notice, they'll say, well, you know, the reason the vertical streams get so many views is because it's people who are swiping through the YouTube shorts and then they run into your stream and they didn't even intend to run into your stream. And they make that argument like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Getting exposure to 2,800 people is not a bad thing. And that shows up in the subscribe numbers too. Like when you see the subscribe count has suddenly jumped because of vertical, you go, those are new, you know, potential friends, people who might stick around for years. All of you guys were once upon a time just somebody who clicked on the stream one day. And so we don't know, you know, if we're going to make a big new friend this way, but we were not getting that exposure in horizontal. And I hate to say that, but it's just how it is. They just don't advertise it the same way. Six says, too curious universe. Now, and it all makes sense, by the way. Ultimately, what John and I have done, or what Mike Side and I have done is we have worked on posting like 4,000 YouTube shorts, some ridiculous number, absolutely ridiculous number of YouTube shorts for like 6 or 7 years. So it's not really a surprise to find out from that we get a lot of people in the shorts who might be watching a Carddass short and then they flick forward and YouTube says, by the way, here he is live, you know? And so that's almost certainly that's happening. And it's a big payoff to streaming vertical right now. And we might go back to horizontal one day if it balances back out, you know, like if we see horizontal bringing in numbers again. But for the time being, it might be a little bit of vertical. And I hope you'll stick around and watch and hang out, because it's still me. It's still the same table. We got all the same products. But it's going to look better on your phone for a little while than the television. Ooh. There we go. You need to add 3 more rows on top of those. Yeah, so maybe we could get like a shelf. But this is tricky because it actually requires a new table. And our current table is very systematic to what we're doing. Like you guys have seen the table, right? Zoom out. The table is not easy to replace. It's a big structure, and we don't want to quickly replace it. But basically, behind these slabs is the foot of this shelf right here. So it's not as easy said and done to quickly turn this into a nice vertical stream. But maybe we can figure something out soon, okay? So, but what we would like is maybe a row of slabs up top so you can look at 6 slabs, and then maybe like a way to tilt this phone a little bit like that. See? So if we could do that, but that would require a new stand as well. So a new stand and maybe like a vertical shelf would allow you to see 6 slabs rather than 5. And that could be a really quick solution. We just haven't done that yet. And just the day-to-day keeps me so busy. I don't play around too much. But yeah, so now would be a good time to learn, like, how do we get a vertical slab stand in here? All right, let's see. I saw a channel selling real pearls. Guy was picking it out from oysters. Ugh. I want to know how long they watch this mode. Certainly, probably not as long. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's just people flicking by, right? And people say, well, that's no good. But I don't agree. I think that's very good. Because even though it's just people flicking through, sometimes it's people who flick through and they say, I'll watch this. And then they go, I actually enjoy this stream. I want to stick around. So that's what happens. Some people watch it and they get so entertained by it because they never would have ran into it otherwise. So when you see those big numbers, like 2,800 people happen to have stopped by, that's basically what that is. That's your advertisement number. That is the amount of times that YouTube advertised the stream. So, you know, I posted the numbers last night under announcements, and it says here, Sunday night vertical stream still performing well. Notice how it says 2,800 views and then 7 subscribers. That's not bad, actually. Peak concurrent 102, 7 subscribers, 75 likes, 2,800 views. And so YouTube's really exposing this channel to a lot of people. Now, if that was horizontal, here's what those numbers would look like. 0 subscribers in horizontal. We pick up almost none in horizontal, 1 to 0. And then it would look like 500 views and far fewer likes and far fewer chats, ironically, too. Because, you know, new guys come in here and they say, hey, what's this all about? And they talk a little bit. So now we've got Luke Laurie, 1 Halo Upper Deck pack for Mr. 40 for the other sketch. Oh, so you didn't have to send 40 for the other sketch. We're just going to pair them together and save you a little bit of money. But I'll accept the free one, and I'm going to apply that money to your current Slabaway. So, Luke Glory, this goes down to 380. Boom. All right, so you're at 380 now. And he bought me a Halo Upper Pack. Let's see if I get lucky, everybody. Wow, thanks, man. Here, we'll add that to the giveaway. We've got a little giveaway card. There it is. Okay. How much these are 13 or 14, right? Let's see. I think they're 14, aren't they? I should know this stuff. It's so hard to memorize it all. It's like impossible to memorize every price. They are 14. Okay. So we'll say Luke Glory 14. This was a new thing we started doing, tracking the amount people donate, and it's really a nice thing to track. We should have been doing it the whole time. Okay. I'm the Herb. I had to look up what SYBAU meant. I'm getting old. We are. Yeah, people are using that a lot now. Let's see. Let's snip this. Boop. Side-bow, side-bow. My favorite is Master Queef. All right, let's see if we get lucky. God, I'd love to get lucky on these. I'm a big Halo fan myself. I played all the Halos, obviously, but I also played an enormous amount of Halo Wars, like much more than you probably realize. One of my favorite games of all time. I did it. I got the Dr. Lady, and here's the rookie. Thank you so much, Mr. Luke Glory. I really appreciate the donation, man. No hunter for me, though. I like the hunters. Those would be fun to grade. All right. WTF is SYBAU. It means stand your binoculars at university. Okay, cool, man. Set that to the side a little bit. I was 22 a long time ago. Here's a Foxy Mama. She graded 9.5 at BGS. Now, we could cross this to PSA, but I just don't feel like it right away. So you might be interested in doing that yourself. Here is the Bowser break. I would love to see this go off, the Bowser break. Here is the Whismer break. Ooh. Steven Sistrunk says, finishing the Pelipper. Damn, dude, we got a lot of Slabaways going off. Holy cow, dude. Bunch of these went off. I just sold a Vigoroth reverse holo on eBay, too, for like 400. Just, boom, just gone all of a sudden. Those reverse holos, man, those are some sort of big deal for people. Okay, let's get it. Mr. Steven, appreciate it, man. There we go. Beautiful Pelipper, everybody. Pop 13 from Crystal Guardians. Okay. He's all yours. Ooh. Let's see. Jared says, did you grade my Hunter 2007 1? Did you grade my Hunter? What? I used to stay up all night long playing original Halo on one of those huge TVs that make up a quarter of the room. The big box ones, right? When they were first introducing the idea of the big screen TV. I know what you're talking about. My rich aunt and uncle had one of those, and we were all so jealous. We're like, dang, dude, these guys live in luxury. A nice waifu card on the right to Goon to. What? Keep this man away from my cards. He's a danger. He's a threat. All right, what we got here? That could be priced. Let's get this up here. Let's see. We got some cards. Okay. I got multiples of these bloopers. Let's get a blooper priced. Okay. I'm a 70s era. Here we are. How do you feel about the changing of the world of society? I'm from the 90s myself, so I'm a little younger. And so I remember how very vastly different the 90s felt from now. The 90s have this feeling like humans might have like respected each other and been maybe a little less like introverted, a little less anxious. Like they get more sunlight and more physical attention. The world feels really different as a result of technology, doesn't it? And so if you've experienced the 80s, man, Karis is super jealous of the 80s. She thinks the 80s might have been peak American culture. She thinks the 80s might have been the best time period. Yes. And the 90s were just okay. They were right after it. But the stinkiness was already kind of coming in. Ooh, man, this blooper's pricey. Really? Is that correct? Let me check sold. This should say Carddass, Super Mario Brothers. Let's type in Mario. Okay, well, there is one for sale. The 90s were peak. Well, you know, the 90s do have a distinct feeling from the 80s, though, right? When you really watch a lot of their content, their movies, their TV shows, their music, even their commercials and the news stories, they have a distinctive feeling from each other. And the 90s, you start to have this sort of creeping in of a feeling that's sort of like, I want to say like social intelligence, where people are starting to put together like, oh, there's hierarchies and I don't like those, or a stronger push toward feminism, or like, you know, maybe some grievance here, grievance there. I don't think the 80s had that. I think 80s were just really excited for electronics almost, you know. 80s were just like having a buzzing good time, and hey, look at all these cool inventions we're coming up with, like the video recorder and stuff like that. You know, there's sort of, it feels like there was this time period where there was this, you know, you can see it in sort of like retro futurism. There's like a futurism in the 80s that was really exciting. And there was this explosion in the quality of the music. Go. Not that the 80s was significantly better than the previous time periods, but I feel like it just was a little bit, had a little bit of an edge, you know, Michael Jackson and all that. You know, but the 90s kind of shifts a little bit toward a different feeling, almost like a rebellious feeling, or almost like a I'm a hurt child kind of feeling. There's a bit of a, you know what I'm talking about? There's a bit of a change in that time period where it starts to feel that way. All right, let's see. It's funny, the 80s and 90s movies came to life now. Oh, sort of like talking about technology and stuff. People thought the world was going to end. Oh, yeah, and Y2K. People thought there was going to be some major problem because of the computers not being able to handle the change in the calendar, and that there would be these old computers running the nuclear warhead systems, and those would just come crashing down, and maybe the nukes would go off. It's actually really silly when you look back on it. It's like, what do you mean computers can't handle the year changing to 2000? Like, of course they can. It's so easy to program things. Why would they not be able to handle something so simple? All right. Hey, here's a perfect card. This is perfect Carddass, no, Sealdoss mini stickers for 300. That is a vintage card graded P for perfect. I'm still waiting for the flying cars. We are. They said by 2035, half of the U.S. population will be homosexual. Well, I mean, why wait? You want to start making out right now? Wasting time, man. We are. Here's mini stickers. Sorry, Mr. Russ, it's all over for your son. He is 100% gay. We hit him with the gaydar. It is 9.25. People buying up the water. Oh, God, mister. There we go. Okay, so that was a green label, which meant that my price was lower than eBay's price, but I don't really care about that stuff anymore. Very good. We have a Jared line order. He says, can you pick 3 of my cards in my bag for grades and check them out? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, Mr. Jared. Okay, so he wants some advice on grading. We have a Jared line bag right here, and he wants to see 3 cards. Ugh. Not the gaydar. So definitely the holo. It's definitely the holographic. After the holo, if you're wanting to grade some non-holos, I think the goal is to pick one that you think has a better shot of being purchased quickly. So something real beautiful. So the Scorpion's cool. I like the Flood Combat Elite. Okay. Anything with Master Chief in it's going to do better, though, in my opinion. So if you can get Master Chief, he's better. So he's here in this card, and he's here in this card, too, the Shields Up card. Okay, but that one looks really nice, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to go with these 3 right here. I think these are your best-looking ones. What was the analytics on the 500 viewers? It was normal. In other words, it was some sort of glitch, and they did not count it. So they did not count the glitch. So I don't know why it was doing that. People were coming in saying that's not real, and it was kind of funny because it certainly was not real. That's right. Square cut cards are much harder to get 10s on. Let's see. Hey, Andy Man sending out some gifts. It's pretty close. There's just little bits I don't like about this card. So I don't like whatever that is. What is that? Some kind of ink issue right there. You see that? It's just sort of like some ink missing there. And then I don't like the way this corner curves up and the way this corner on this side curves down. I would call this 9.5, which is sort of a cop-out. But to be honest, if I had to push one way or the other, I would call this a 9. So 9.5 minus. I don't like that on the surface of the back of the card. I don't like that. Charging the Scarab. Ready? Okay. Saw something on the front I didn't like. No, this one has a bad corner all the way. So this corner's no good. And then this one has an issue. Has an issue like right here. There's like a pinch right there, a notch. So I don't like the notch on that one either. This one's just going to be a straight up 9. Jared has more bags. Oh, he's got multiple bags. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought maybe you were just trying to grade some non-hollows. Let's take a quick look for another Jared bag. Sorry about that, Jared. Are you still taking orders? It's 6:34. You could probably squeeze another order in, I'd say. See, not in this box, maybe in another box, which might have been why we started. Oh, you just got a lot. You got a lot. Okay, I see. So what you're doing is sort of what's called a bag sort. I'll just kind of do it free for you real fast, okay? Not a full bag sort, but we'll just pick out some gradable cards. There's a lenticular. It won't grade 10, but it's an interesting idea to grade it. I like this Hunter's card. Okay, so this bag feels a little bit like just typical cards in here. And you can grade typical cards if you get a really good artwork. That one's good so far. I don't know what to slab away next. Man, I wish I had some really good advice on that. Here we go. Got some cards there. Got a little Cortana card. Okay, Cortana Redemption. Oh, good. Good, I hide that. I was going to say, we don't want to accidentally reveal that. Here's a transparent card here. Okay. Okay, lots of commons back there. And so anything with Master Chief on it, Master Queef. Okay, cool. So now we can pick pretty easily what to grade. You can see how time-consuming this can be when you have multiple bags. That's why we don't do this for free normally. See, so that's why we do it, is to make sure that every single person doesn't say, okay, now do mine. So I'd grade this numbered Cortana, definitely. And I would grade... Who is she plays? She plays Veronica Dare. It's a cool idea, but I feel like this is an ugly card is the problem. I would grade this one. And then of the remaining 3... I think I'd stick to Master Chief. So this one comes next. I would grade this one next. But those 3 right there would be first. If you stick to grading Master Chiefs, you're never going to have too much trouble selling. Because you got to remember, that's part of the game, is you got to be able to sell later. Okay. I immediately detect a weird loop right here. And I bet you they will detract that from your grade. Oh, yeah, it's on the front, too. The loop's on the front. So you got a loop issue on this one. And then how about this bad boy? Definitely closer. Definitely closer. This one might have a shot at a 10. Notably, there's a small smudge right here. I don't know how tough they are on transparent cards, but I'd say right here we got an issue. And, you know, they're pretty hard on most cards, so that might be all that it takes. I don't know. So I'll write that one down as 9.5. This one's not a 9.5. I'm going to say 9.5 and plus. I would experiment with that myself, so we'll put plus down. This one we're going to say 8, because I don't trust that big wiggle that hits both the front and the back. Okay. And then Cortana. Have you watched the Halo TV show? I certainly tried, but it felt like a mess. It really did not feel good at all. Here we are. Okay, this card has a problem at the bottom. The bottom edge has a serious lip that is not meant to be there. It's almost like a dent kind of thing. So as a result of that, I would grade this for you probably around a 7 or an 8. I'll write 8 down in case you want to play with it, but I would not risk this one. So out of all the ones, just this, and then you could test out the bug here too. But you asked for 3 pre-grades. Here we are, and we have handed them out. Plus, you got 2 free ones on the ones I graded wrongly. I wasn't supposed to grade those. All right. Cool. Yeah, the show wasn't great, unfortunately. Red versus Blue is good. That show is fun. All right, there we go. I can't remember. What did you guys think was wrong with that Halo show? All right. All right, we're clicking on this. Tyler Davis, 4 packs of the Chinese Hidden Fates. Chinese Hidden Fates. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4. No need to apologize, Mr. Jared. No need to apologize. I think you got a good deal going there. We got a lot of knowledge about your cards, and that's a valuable thing. So now you can think more about what you want to do next. You could open up more packs to try and pull something hotter, or you would probably send out the bug and the 9.5 plus Master Chief card. So, and that's the goal, is to know what to grade. All right, so here we go, Tyler. He took his helmet off. Wait, do you actually get to see Master Chief? Okay, you ready? Oh, yeah, Lycanroc. That Sun and Moon era Lycanroc. Look at that. Rawr. Wow, that's my favorite furry Pokemon. And then here's, Dartrix. Okay, lovely Dartrix. You can see this is the Dartrix from Hidden Fates. That's why we call this a Hidden Fates set. You can also pull Hidden Fates Charizard out of here, which is really kind of the chase card, and very cool. It felt like it was created by people whose friends told them about the story. Here we are. Oh, look at that Kangaskhan. Yeah, for me, I think there was this moment in the very first episode that we watched where I felt like there were elements over and over and over again that were sort of taken from maybe like, I don't want to use the wrong words here, but it felt very sort of like political. It felt weirdly political. Like it was you know how diversity is very important to movies and TV shows these days? Well, imagine you made a TV show and you had 10 characters, and one was East Asian, and one was Indian, and one was white, and one was black, and one was Mexican, and one was Filipino. And so they had like this weirdly perfect diversity, which you think would be a really good thing, right? Because, you know, everyone's like, hey, we need diversity. But when you see it, you go, that's not natural. And it just kind of stands out to you really strongly in a strange way. And it takes you right out of the show. So I wasn't really sure what I was expecting from it, but it felt like weird that like the casting choices made me feel like I wasn't in the world of Halo. The casting choices felt kind of strange, like I was in the world of Hollywood. Here it is, Tyler Davis. I remember that. That's about all I remember. But I remember there were other things that sort of like triggered me too. I don't remember what they were. That was the very first episode I watched, and it was just so like, I don't know, like the Covenant attacked. I remember that. The Covenant attacked, and there were like kids, and I remember going like, oh, please. I imagine that they started the show out with Master Chief and he's just like kicking ass for a while. That's how they should start, because that's kind of how you play the game too. Your Master Chief comes in the very first video game, the original Halo game. He's on the ship, and it's kind of like almost like a horror movie, and he's just kicking ass, killing all these aliens, and it's super awesome feeling. But I felt like instead what was going on was they were sort of having this perfectly diverse cast where everyone had a different like accent, and it felt very forced and weird because it brought me back into the real world where somebody has a Scottish accent, but then someone else has a Jamaican accent. It was just sort of like, I thought this was Halo. I don't remember this in Halo. I don't remember this part. And it was distracting is what I remember. But it was something else with the behaviors of the people in the actual show too. It felt very weird. But yeah, there wasn't that much attention given to like Master Chief is just a badass who comes in and kills everybody. There was a totally different sort of like social storyline going on that I didn't care about. I was like, I don't play Halo for this. Why would I watch Halo for this? And so that's when I fell out. I was like, nah, pass. Edward says Pokey Shuffle. Here you go, Edward. All right. Very nice. May I see the Hello Kitty closer? Oh, yeah. Pristine cinema roll. Check that out. Beautiful. This is a Weiss Schwarz card graded pristine by Beckett. Only $45, already graded. And it's just really nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. When he dropped the bomb in Halo 2, blew my mind as a kid. He started the movie I seen eating butt. What? They tried to use a lot of the lore from the books instead of the game. Here we go. You ready? Well, you know, that's an interesting thought because you'd think that hardcore fans would love that. But it begs the question, how many hardcore fans actually bothered to read the books? Like, maybe not a lot of people. We are. Maybe not a lot of people bothered reading that. Here we go. You ready? And what you need is critical success. Now, wait a second. Didn't we just do this order? I swear we just did this order. Okay, hold on. Let me click over here and hit refresh. Never read the books. Yeah, so like some small percentage of people who actually enjoy Halo bothered reading the books. I think we're done. So the last order was 1 energy shuffle snipe, and I believe that was for Jose Arredondo. I'll send when I'm not driving later tonight. Sounds good, Trucker Nick. Were they even good? Never read the books. Mister, do you watch football? I watch a little bit, only because the Chiefs hit the Super Bowl twice in a row, and I'm from Missouri. Now, do I like watching football? Not that much. I mean, I don't really follow the careers of the players. I don't feel a connection to them. Like, when I see the team, I don't feel like, oh yeah, these are my people. I don't feel that at all. Because I look at them and I go, that guy's from Texas, that guy's from New York. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand the part where I'm supposed to believe that the team is a Missouri team, because none of them are from Missouri. Half of them aren't, or most of them. And so I feel like when you put together like a British soccer team, they should have to be British. When you put together a Missouri football team, they should have to come from Missouri schools and nowhere else. And then I'll cheer. Then I'll be like, yeah, Missouri, we're the best. But if it's these players that have been put together like pieces from all over the country, I don't know who I'm cheering for. Like, I'm pretty sure the quarterback for Missouri, the Chiefs, what's his name? Patrick Mahomes. I'm pretty sure he's from Texas. And so he just works in Missouri. But I don't know if that excites me. Like, who am I cheering for? Am I cheering for Texas or for Missouri when he wins? And so this is why I really have had a lot of trouble with sports. If sports or the Olympics or any of that stuff was really regionally tied, like you can't count yourself as part of a Missouri team without having been born and raised in Missouri, I think I would get more behind it. But my brain gets really confused otherwise. It's like, why do I care about this? And other than that, the athleticism from the athletes, super impressive, super cool. They kind of push the boundary of what the human body can do. But how do I cheer for someone from Missouri rather than someone from New York? You know, how do I get behind that? So that's the struggle. I don't know how or why to cheer for people. And sometimes I'll be flipping through like TikTok and I'll see some really impressive toss or catch or flip. And I'm going, whoa, that's super cool. I don't care what team they are. So, and this is at the heart of why I don't watch. Because I'm not attached to their stories. I'm not attached to like, I don't feel like they're my team, your team, his team, her team. I don't have that. And without that, without that feeling, I can't get excited. Just doesn't work. Let's see. Sleeper investment, wooden trains from Thomas and Friends. They haven't made them out of wood for a couple years. Had to grow up with it to understand it. Sent an order for one Poke Shuffle, says Jose Arredondo. I thought I serviced that. Let me go ahead and take care of it. I might be thinking of it wrong. Jose Arredondo. All right. Are you going to play Borderlands 4? I've been hearing positive things about Borderlands 4, but I don't know if I'll play it. Bazwink. One EV, Jose Arredondo. Thank you so much, man. Sorry about that. A little bit cold. So it is Monday. It's a good Monday. Mondays tend to be busy. Did you guys notice that? Sunday night, pretty bad. Monday daytime stream, pretty busy. And I think it's because you guys are coming in here to get a little break from work. You know, it's the beginning of the work week. Well, we had a lot of fun. You know, what stands out about the last 2 days, last night and today, huge payments coming in for all those amazing Slabaways. And so, you know, that gives me a feedback that we need to make sure that we keep our business involved with Slabaways and the acquisition of Slabaway slabs. All right, guys, we're wrapping up for the Monday daytime stream. It's not over for Monday. We're going to be back for the Monday nighttime stream. You'll have another shot at hitting 100 likes for the nighttime stream for Monday, okay? So come back to the Monday nighttime stream and smash the like button so we can hand out this Jolteon. You had to hit 100 likes. We got really close, by the way. We got to 84, 16 likes away. It was pretty close. Have you done my order? I did a ZELLE. Alejandro. All right, let me check. So I've got the ZELLEs open, but I don't have that order. Your order might be delayed for some reason, or maybe you did not hit send. So take a look into that, Mr. Alejandro. 85, it says, Mr. No. I know, it was really close, but I bet you it gets hit in the nighttime stream. Nighttime stream's a little bit longer, and more people are aware we need to hit 100 to get this guy handed out. So I bet you it actually takes place in the nighttime stream. Don't miss it. And we'll just be having more fun tonight. We obviously did not pick out a new break card, which I said we would in the title. But we had enough orders that we were too busy for that. We also didn't make a jumbo pack break. We need to make one of those again. You want to give away one of my 9.5s for fun? Yeah, actually, you've got some giveaway cards, and you've got a couple cards you sent in to do a little commission on, too. I wouldn't mind working on all of that for you, okay? So if you'd like, we can work on that. But I'm going to save it for tonight because it's 6:49. So we're going to do that tonight, and we can definitely hand out more cards, okay? My life sucks, says Mr. Hoarder. I don't know why you say that. Of course, I get here when Mr. leaves. Oh, well, I appreciate that you enjoy the entertainment so much. We are hopping off, guys, because it's so close to dinner time. I'll see you guys for the late night Monday stream.